Welcome to a journey shrouded in darkness and redemption. Veil of Ash. A demon's redemption unveils the haunting tale of a forsaken soul bound by ancient sins, now seeking salvation through blood, fire, and sacrifice. In a world ravaged by demonic rule and shattered oaths, one being dares to defy fate and confront the shadows within. Prepare for intense lore, gripping emotion, and a battle between damnation and deliverance. Will the demon rise as a savior or fall deeper into the abyss? Stay tuned as we uncover the truth beneath the ash. This is no ordinary story, it's a reckoning. Veil of Ash. A demon's redemption. Veil of Ash. A demon's redemption is a dark fantasy narrative that dives deep into the blurred lines between damnation and salvation. At its core, it's a tale of a tormented soul, born of infernal fire, yet pulled by the gravity of human emotion and the possibility of atonement. The story weaves themes of guilt, identity, free will, and the eternal struggle between light and darkness, crafting a mythos rich in symbolism, moral ambiguity, and supernatural intrigue. Setting the world of Ash. The world of Veil of Ash is a decaying realm teetering between two veils, the world of mortals and the abyss of the damned. The land, known as Myrkr, was once vibrant, ruled by ancient kings and guarded by divine sentinels. But centuries ago, during an apocalyptic event known as the Searing Fall, the skies rained ash as the gates of the infernal realms cracked open, unleashing a flood of demonic entities. Among them was Kael'thar, a demon forged in the crucible of regret, born not of hate, but of forgotten sorrow. Myrkr has since become a land of ruins, plagued by whispers of demons hiding in shadows and corrupted forests that twist and breathe. The air tastes of char, and every city is veiled in ash, hence the name. The protagonist, Kael'thar, the Fallen Flame. Kael'thar, once a fearsome general of the Ninth Circle, was crafted for destruction, sent to raise the hopes of humanity. But unlike his brethren, something in him stirs when he witnesses a child shielding her wounded mother with her own small body during one of his raids. This moment pierces the veil of his existence, igniting a strange and forbidden emotion, remorse. Haunted by visions of that moment, Kael'thar begins questioning his purpose. He withdraws from the demonic legions, becoming a fugitive to both demonkind and humanity. The demons label him a traitor. Humans hunt him for what he's done. But Kael'thar isn't seeking forgiveness. He seeks understanding. Why did that moment change him? What lies beyond his cursed origin? He wears a cloak of ever-burning ash to hide his true form, scorched and twisted. His weapon, a shrend, once a blade of damnation, has dulled, refusing to drink blood as it once did. He begins his journey not as a hero, but as a cursed being trying to silence the screams inside his own mind. The catalyst, the Ember Prophecy. Legends among the Ashborn priests speak of the Ember Prophecy, a fallen one born of infernal fire who will either bring salvation or final ruin. The prophecy mentions a soul, cloaked in ash, bearing the brand of both sin and sorrow. When whispers of a cloaked figure aiding villages against lesser demons spread across Myrkr, many begin to suspect Kael'thar is the harbinger of the prophecy. But there's a division. Some believe he is the Redeemer, others that he's the Destroyer. Factions rise. Priests, warlocks, demon hunters, and cultists all chase after Kael'thar, trying to either control or eliminate him. The companion, Alira the Soulbinder. Alira, a former priestess turned necromancer, is the first human to show Kael'thar mercy. She once lost her entire family to a demon raid and sought vengeance through forbidden arts. When she finally encounters Kael'thar, she attempts to destroy him but falters when she senses the torment in his soul. She binds his essence to a soul crystal during their battle, a mistake that lets her glimpse his memories and his agony. Shocked and intrigued, she releases him and offers a pact. She will help him understand his changing soul if he helps her restore balance in the world. Their relationship is tense, laced with distrust, but layered with unspoken empathy. Alira sees a part of herself in Kael'thar, a monster trying to claw back toward the light. The journey of redemption. Kael'thar's redemption is not a straight path. Along the way, he confronts his past victims in the ruins of Veldrakkar. He meets the lingering spirits of a village he destroyed. They do not forgive him, but they reveal the emotional consequences of his actions. Battles the demonic council. His former masters send lieutenants to drag him back to the underworld. Each one represents a part of his former self: wrath, pride, envy, forcing him to face his inner demons in both literal and symbolic ways. Rescues the innocent, though hesitant. He begins to defend those in danger. First, it feels hollow, but over time, it starts giving him a sense of purpose. Enters the Labyrinth of Thorns, a mystical place where a soul must relive its greatest failures. There, Kael'thar sees the moment of his creation, learns that he was forged from the soul of a fallen mortal knight whose sorrow corrupted him into a demon. This revelation shatters him. He was once human. Performs the binding ritual with Alira's help. He performs an ancient rite to separate his demonic essence from the fragment of his original soul. It nearly kills him. In doing so, he weakens his power but gains clarity, the ability to feel deeply and painfully like a human again. The antagonist, Lord Varnak, the Soulforger. Lord Varnak is Kael'thar's creator, a high demon who crafts souls into infernal weapons. Varnak sees Kael'thar's redemption as an existential threat. If a demon can reclaim its humanity, it challenges the entire infernal hierarchy. He unleashes the Ash Legions to annihilate him and wages war upon Mirakkar. Varnak also seeks the Soul Well, a mythical font said to contain the purest essence of life. If Varnak corrupts it, he can forge an army of undying, sorrow-infused demons. Kael'thar and Alira must stop him, but doing so means Kael'thar must fully embrace the humanity he once rejected, even if it costs him his remaining strength. Climax. The battle at Soulwell Hollow. The final battle takes place at Soulwell Hollow, a luminous cavern beneath the world's crust. Varnak begins corrupting the Soulwell, using chained souls of the innocent as fuel. Kael'thar, weakened but resolute, confronts him. During their battle, Kael'thar is forced to release his inner demon one last time, fusing both parts of himself, the human and the hellspawn, into a single, tormented yet unified being. He defeats Varnak, not by sheer power, but by turning his own sorrow into light, unleashing a blast of purified soulfire that sears Varnak's infernal form. But the act begins tearing Kael'thar apart. In the end, Alira uses her necromantic connection to stabilize him, sacrificing part of her own soul in the process. The soul well is restored, and a new balance is born. The new veil. Kael'thar does not return to society as a hero. His presence still frightens many, but he becomes a myth, a wandering figure wrapped in ash and sorrow, protecting the weak in silence, always just beyond the veil of the known world. Alira, weakened but alive, writes his story in the forgotten tongue, hiding it among sacred tomes so the world may one day know that even the darkest souls can be redeemed. The ash no longer falls as heavily in Mirakkar. There is no full peace, but there is hope. Themes and symbolism. Redemption isn't instant. Kael'thar's journey shows that redemption is a process. He doesn't wake up good. He stumbles, he relapses into violence, he doubts himself. It's a battle of the soul, not just the sword. The duality of identity. Kael'thar's existence challenges the notion that identity is fixed. Is he the demon he became or the man he once was? His fusion at the end symbolizes the acceptance of one's full self, both darkness and light. Ash's metaphor. Ash represents the remnants of destruction, but also the ground for rebirth. The title Veil of Ash refers to the barrier between what Kael'thar is and what he can become. Alira's role. Alira is not just a sidekick or love interest. She's a moral compass and mirror. Her own dance with darkness offers contrast to Kael'thar's journey. Together, they show that broken people can still fight for light. Monsters can change. The story questions traditional fantasy tropes of evil races or cursed bloodlines. Kael'thar, born in fire, becomes a protector. It asks, who decides who is irredeemable? Veil of Ash. A demon's redemption is more than a tale of sword and sorcery. It's a haunting, emotional journey through the wastelands of guilt and the mountains of self-discovery. Kael'thar, cloaked in ash and riddled with grief, becomes an emblem of what it means to face one's sins and fight not for glory, but for the right to change. Thank you for joining us on this dark and powerful journey through Vale of Ash, a demon's redemption. If this tale of fallen demons, burning regrets, and the fight for redemption moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. Every soul has a story, and we'd love to hear yours. The veil may fall, but the fire still burns. Until next time, embrace the darkness, seek the light, and remember, redemption is never out of reach. Stay haunted, stay curious, and we'll see you soon.